Good morning. Welcome back, everybody, to 2021. Welcome back. Where did it actually go? I don't know. I've been back to work a week now, and it just feels like it's been a whole year has passed already. Welcome to those who are catching up on the podcast version of this video. It means you have no image, but you get to listen to the audio wherever you are. And if you're looking to follow that podcast, you can find that on all good podcast channels called Dr. Burnout. I am wanting to share with you something in my morning routine that has been really, really helping me, funnily enough, with focus and with energy. The backdrop to this is I finished last year, the quarter, actually feeling quite exhausted and just feeling like I said to someone, it's like being in a cage with hammerhead sharks and you're just being pounded, and took some leave to really just think about what is going on and how to recalibrate. So I've done a couple of things in my morning routine, and here's one of the things that I've done. The first thing is, as is characteristic of me, I tell everybody in my family what I actually want for Christmas and for my birthday, whatever. It's real easy. I just tell them. There's no guesswork. You don't have to worry about whether you're going to disappoint me, because I will tell you. And this Christmas, I actually said what I'd really like is one of those juices, or maybe they're not a juices, but one of those like blitzers. And I even told them the wattage I wanted, right? This is the wattage that I want, because I needed to basically achieve something that I've discovered. And that is, when I'm busy, and see, busy has got, I don't like that word busy. When I'm fully engaged, there are two directions it can go. I can be really fully engaged in things that are negative and that aren't so good for my headspace. But the other burn comes from being fully engaged in things that I'm totally committed to, totally passionate about, and totally interested in. And so the burn both ways. And when that happens, my 6 R's, one of the R's, replenish. I don't eat and drink very well. And the things that I miss out on a lot of times, because I find them boring. I'll be frank with you. I find this part of eating boring, is the fruit and the veggie. It's just boring to me. And look, I'll also be honest with you. It takes time. I've got to sit and I've got to like cut the thing, and then there are seeds, and it's just, to me, seems really inefficient. What I do find, though, is I land up craving for a bunch of stuff later. And so I thought that this would be a really efficient thing to do, is to get like a super blitzer with the wattage that I wanted. And then I could put like a bunch of stuff in and blitz it. And like within less than 15 seconds, I've got all the nutrition that I need for the day. This is what I thought would happen. Now, the next thing that I realized about this plan is, good grief, those concoctions tasted really, really awful. It was horrible. And thus the motivation to actually drink the brown liquid that was coming out of the blitzer also went away. So here's what I've discovered instead that has really worked. Principle number 1. Look into your diet and have a look and see what colors are actually missing. Are you eating purple stuff? Are you eating green stuff? Are you eating yellow, orange, red stuff? Do you have colors in there? Figure out what is missing. Principle number 2. It's actually worthwhile slowing down to get some recipes, because you don't want to rob the joy and the pleasure out of what you're dumping into your system just because it seems to be faster. And here was the other benefit that I discovered from actually following recipes, which I do not like to do. I don't like following recipes. It slows me down. Nothing else can go into my brain when you're reading a recipe, because you've actually got to figure out if those ingredients are in your pantry, what measurements to use, and then the other thing I discovered was there were ingredients that I really didn't know very much about, and it opened up a pathway to go and have a look and get new knowledge and acquire some new information. So number 2 is, it's worthwhile investing in some recipes and actually having a look. Number 3, attend, and this is part of the exhaustion cycle is because we actually disconnect from our own internal cues. As you're thinking about what you're going to feed yourself, attend to cues such as what brings back a childhood memory when you think about that ingredient? What is it about the texture that you really enjoy? What is it about the taste that you really enjoy? What about the way that it looks that you really enjoy? That's a great mindful practice as you're actually thinking about what you're putting into your body. Principle number 4 is just give it a go, experiment. It's okay not to like what you come up with. It's okay to love what you come up with. And here's the interesting thing is that my concoctions have become contagious in the family. And instead of just having one bottle now for myself in the fridge, everybody else, 3/4 of the family, the other 25% not so much, is also interested in what I'm having. And here's the thing, right? This stuff is contagious. The reason why I do what I do is to pass forward a legacy that says, look, be playful, right? So work hard, play hard, rest harder. That's a trifecta thing. And to be able to actually pass on a playful, curious, experimental, slowed down, paced down way of living is such a great message to pass on to the generation that comes after us. So give it a go. Maybe smoothies is not your thing. Maybe your thing is something else. I've just left a recipe of granola with my kids today in case they felt inspired to try a recipe to make a granola, which usually comes out of a packet. I'd love to know, what do you put into your body? How does it help you with your energy? And how have you found it to bring a bit of joy and paced down pacing to your world? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you.